Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. As today we find ourselves maybe about a mile outside of Dresden with Sela in tow, preparing to make a token appearance at a wedding, which I'm sure will go exactly as planned and not at all off the rails. That said, we are currently fatigued. Apparently I forgot to rest while we were actually back in Dresden. So I guess we'll get some rest, and then we'll pop in, do some hobnobbing, enjoy the festivities, and so forth. Just as well, really. This will give us a chance to reset Sela's new spell slots, which we'll talk about in a moment, and to do a bit of crafting. Continue building our stockpile of mythic brews. Oh, let's do a different scroll for Waljiff, too. We did just upgrade our scribing kit. If not for the wings, I could have set you up in the family. Nobody would have suspected a thing. I don't want to steal things. But calling someone family, that would be nice. Aw. Arushala, you are too precious for this world. Wedding Meadow. This meadow on the bank of the river is where Elan and Kiana decided to celebrate their wedding. This picturesque spot seems quite safe. I'm sure it is. Why else would they keep insisting it's so safe? Commander! Sela, you're here! Elan is trying so desperately to hide his excitement, it's almost comical. Welcome! I'm a little confused. Where are the musicians, the crowd of drunken guests? The last wedding I went to, we got the priest drunk off his face. Oh, please, don't try to do that here. We've already had enough trouble. Kiana worships Desna, I, Iomade. In the end, we invited a priestess of Abadar to conduct the ceremony, so that no one would be offended. Well, hey, congrats, buddy. You're actually going through with it. So where's this bride I keep hearing about? Let me tell you everything. Before the official ceremony, all the guests are enjoying themselves at 2 venues. The one on the right has been organized by my Houndhearts. The one on the left by Kiana's friends. Each venue has its own theme, but I won't tell you which is which. It will be more fun to see for yourselves. Both venues have food and drinks, and a little contest where you can win prizes. Kiana is greeting guests at her venue, and I'm leaving for mine now. I have a special role to play there. Enjoy, Commander. There is still time before the beginning of the ceremony. Sela, thank you for coming too. Gotta say, with that kind of passion, Elan is growing on me. I'm sure it won't last. But regardless, I'm sure you've already noticed, but we have temporarily swapped out our taciturn tactician to bring back Sela. And of course, there's no glory without risk. They've both gotten a fair few upgrades. I had to bring them all the way up from level 8 because they had not seen much use post Act 2. That said, it is kind of a rush job. I kept it very basic. Sela is leaning towards Crit Master. And Risk basically just went full AC. Not gonna lie, I almost went full Crane style with Risk, but we just couldn't get far enough along the track to really justify it, and we had that perfectly good magic set of heavy barding cluttering up our inventory. More notably, however, Sela gets to be the first test case for Completely Normal Spell, a completely normal feat that essentially reduces the caster level of all of our spells by 1, including turning all of our level 1 spells into cantrips, which is honestly pretty incredible, because we now have infinite blesses, infinite cure lights. Not too shabby. I look forward to getting that feed on the rest of our casters. Anyway, Sela's hotbar is currently a complete catastrophe, so let's hit the pause button real quick. I'll get that cleaned up. And maybe set up some light buffs. You know, just enough to get us through your average wedding. And we will be right back. And we're back. With a modest assortment of buffs. Well, maybe slightly less than modest, but what can I say? I really wanted Sela to have a chance to flex during her brief time with us. The Beast. That's probably normal. Three cheers for Elan and Kiana. We haven't let loose like this in a long time. That is a very fine hat. Where can I get one of those? Peculiar. A slender young woman in a flowing dress walks toward you. The first thing you notice is her eyes. They are a striking blue-green. Welcome, travelers, to the secret steeped land of Ustalav. You have come to the kingdom of grim mysteries and exquisite secrets. I, the vampire princess, am delighted to see you in my castle. After a pause, the girl smiles coyly. I'm glad to finally meet you, Commander, Sela. I am Kiana, soon to be the wife of that unfortunate knight who invited you here. Sela rolls her eyes. Horrible. Imagine walking through the Worldwound and then, bam, you're in Ustalav. I'm not even sure if a paladin is allowed to feast with a vampire princess. It's lucky you are not a follower of Pharasma, valiant Sela. Arsinoe, the Dresden priestess of Abadar, is a short distance away from the happy bride. Although, I'll admit, I'm not used to feasting with the undead either. Oh, stop it. My friends and I are completely harmless vampires. We won't bite. Kiana laughs musically. Truth be told, we chose the theme of Ustalav because it lets us wear beautiful dresses, light candles, and drink red wine all evening, pretending that it's blood. I personally can't think of a better way to celebrate my wedding. A red wedding? Sure, yeah, that sounds good to me. In fact, I'm feeling a bit bloodthirsty myself. Who's a guy gotta kill to get a drink around here? Feel free to help yourself to anything you see. Except for old Killy. He's our skeleton. It's a fake, of course. But he's still a valued guest. I like that they mismatched her face and her neck to make it more obvious she's wearing makeup. I always love those sorts of details. Huh. Not what I was expecting. I really thought we'd have, like, party favors or something. But she did say to help ourselves. Kelly?
Pretty good, aren't I?
The skeleton has a slight sheen to it. Judging by the texture, it's made of marzipan. Marzipan bone. Very delicate, and probably sweet. Gotta say, Worldwound style weddings are weird. We spotted something here, we just can't interact with it. A young woman in a flowing dress smiles at you, showing off fake fangs. Welcome, travelers. I am the keeper of the macabre menagerie. Truth be told, we only have a few animals in our possession, none of which are all that macabre, and the main attraction is currently sulking under the table. But this doesn't diminish my grand title among the servants of the vampire princess. By the way, could you help me lure the fearsome beast out of hiding? I will reward you for your help. Well, wouldn't you know it, I've got a bone right here. Oh, you dismembered old Killy, our poor skeleton. All right, since I was the one who set the task, I'll have to give you a reward. You can choose a kiss or a prize. Well, I mean, if you're offering, sure, let's go for the kiss. As you wish, guest. She kisses you on the lips. The fake fangs get in the way and scratch you. Yeah, that kind of sucked. Ah, rascal, there you are. Look at the bone our guest found for you. I'm sorry, is that a jeweled dog collar? Yes, like it? It's my Derek Sunhammer himself. Nothing's too good for my darling rascal. I can't believe it. The dog has a collar by our master jeweler. Too much coin makes people do strange things sometimes. I once heard about some aristocrat who bathed his horses in a special gold bathtub. Guilty as charged. Dare it. Good boy. You too, rascal. The dog wags his tail. I have actually played this part before, so I know from experience that the prize we could have claimed was a ring that wreathes us in fairy fire. Pretty, but not particularly practical. Arsino? Arsino lowers her head graciously. Knight Commander, how can I help? Oh, nothing in particular. I was just wondering if you were enjoying yourself. I'd prefer a church ceremony and a more formal approach to the celebration. But there is a certain charm in how unpretentious everything is here. We priests who choose to make our home in savage and dangerous lands see a lot of things during our lifetime, including exotic weddings. We don't bat an eye at a celebration where the groom is wearing a Fey monarch costume, and the bride is dressed as an evil vampire. Parties involving exotic costumes are endlessly amusing, but putting them on is only half the fun, if you know what I mean. Right, yeah. Returning them afterwards and collecting your deposit. That is enjoyable. I do like getting money back. Anyway, we're obviously not done enjoying the festivities just yet, so we'll come back here later. We should have had everyone all in one place, though. I can't get enough of Elan's lavish Fey monarch costume. Yeah, it is a little weird that you two kind of segregated yourself before your own wedding. Just wasn't sure if that was part of Galarian tradition or something. The rings of the future husband and wife. The one brought by Kiana, and the one given by Sela to Elan. Just left out in the open where anyone could steal them. Not that I would, of course. I'm just saying. A Fey steps into your path. You suppose he must be a Houndheart, but his knight's armor is mixed with gaudy items, and there are fake wings fastened to his back. Halt, travelers! You are stepping into the wonderful land, the charmed land, the most perfect land ever created by the gods, the first world. And I am its guard, the beautiful Fey Gate Mistress. Okay. But before you enter, answer my question. What is the key that opens every gate? As a wise man once told me. Tentacles. Will someone explain to me why every 10th Crusader in Mendev gives tentacles as their answer? Fine, we'll let this mystery remain a mystery. Now you may enter and learn the mysteries of the past, and fight for the treasure of our Fey ruler. The Fey points to the middle of the tent, where, seated on a throne, is none other than Elan. His head is crowned with fake horns, a green cape sweeps over his shoulders, and his torso is proudly bare. Treasure? Well, well, well. What'll they give us? Where do I sign up? I'm ready. Is Elan pretending he's the king of the Wild Hunt? He is the monarch, the true ruler of the magical land of the First World. The Fae lowers his voice. The bride is particularly taken with the costume. Hey, that is a very fine tiara you've got there. I mean, not normally my style, but not bad. This is the tiara of beautiful Fae. To tell the truth, I borrowed it from my sister as a prop. It was a gift from some admirer of hers. She's gone off him now and doesn't wear it anymore. But I believe it's the work of Sunhammer himself. It's a good thing it's not a real Fae tiara. Real Fae tiaras can make strange things happen. You put one on and donkey ears might grow out of your head. Seela grumbles. I don't know, I feel like that's getting off pretty lightly. We saw some pretty messed up stuff back in Kingmaker. Seela bites her lip thoughtfully. Some thought has been niggling at me. This isn't the first piece of jewelry by Sunhammer we've seen here, right? Strange. Is it? I mean, he opened a shop in Dresden, I feel like there's a pretty logical explanation for where they all came from. Hey, so what's up with this Fae treasure? It is a priceless artifact which our monarch has owned since the dawn of time. It looks exactly like an ordinary broom, but don't be fooled into thinking we Fae simply failed to find any good props. So the artifact, the monarch used to own it, but then a treacherous predator, the most fearsome of any who live in the forests of the First World, sneaked into the treasury and stole it. This predator lives in a secret lair, which is conveniently located in this area. Everyone who makes it through the enchanted wilds of the First World and reaches the beast's lair will get a reward. Ah, damn. Old-timer Seela hasn't played games like this since her thieving days. But we've got to accept the challenge, Vex. I will never say no to a treasure hunt. Alright, then I'll repeat the rules. You need to search our corner of the First World and find our amazing broom-shaped artifact. But first you need to answer a few riddles. You'll see. And come face to face with the dangerous predator. And then you'll get the reward. No, Kaz, you have abandoned me. But at least faithful Head Chomper is here. Okay, this looks straightforward enough. We just have to dodge the color sprays. Oh, you know what'd help? Longstrider. Also, not standing in front of multiple color sprays. I should really pause whenever I'm not moving. No. Is this the end of Vex God Glove? Wow, I think this is where we die now. This is our life. The rest of our existence caught in 2 overlapping cones, perpetually stun-locked. Well, we had a good run. No, please. Almost there. Huzzah! We are victorious. Now we face the beast. Oh, hello, adventurer. You must be looking for the artifact that was stolen from the Wild Hunt Monarch. I am the beast who crept in and snatched the artifact. I've taken steps to prevent the stolen property from being returned to its rightful owner. Namely, I placed the true artifact among several fakes. You will never guess which is the real one. The beast points at a few identical brooms. Wow, so you're the predator, the most formidable beast in the forests of the First World? Actually, I'm a lawyer from Nerosian and a friend of Elan. The predator makes a helpless gesture. But when they were giving out roles for the celebration, guess who was appointed the magical beast? They said I was the hairiest fellow in the party. It's alright. I have my own wedding coming up. I'll even the score then. Right, so what happens if I take the wrong artifact? According to the rules, you're supposed to turn to stone if you take the wrong broom. I mean, artifact. But to be honest, I'm willing to help you out. I actually forgot which one I marked as the right one. So, I can just take a broom and go? There was supposed to be a battle with the Predator, but I'm not drunk enough for that yet. So, just take any broom and go. Don't forget to give it to Elan. The Monarch will give you a reward for returning the artifact. Yeesh. A lawyer from Nerosian. Truly an epic-level encounter. Shaika, what are you doing here? You see a broad-shouldered dwarf woman wearing a hood. The outline of her form is constantly trembling and shifting, probably because of a spell of some sort. Greetings, traveler. We are Shaika the Many, the rulers of time, piercing through all epochs. We know all the secrets of the past and the present. We can reveal your destiny to you through this fortune cookie. The woman points at the box beside her. You're not the real Shaika, are you? The woman winks, but says nothing. Well, that is definitely a Shaika response. The note in the cookie says, "Don't ignore the whispers of fate." And one for Kaz. He also should not ignore the whispers of fate. Ah, there we go. It is randomized. We just rolled the same result twice. Alright, well, Shaika, I'll see you at the next meeting. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a competition to sweep. You don't have to kneel, Uru. Pretty sure he's not really a Fey Lord. Elan is trying very hard to maintain his aloof demeanor, but he can't help breaking into a smile every few moments. Mortals, you have returned my artifact, and I shall reward you forthwith. We Fey monarchs are noble beings, and not evil at all. Uh-huh. yeah, that certainly tracks. I often find that the least evil people are the ones who loudly declare that they're not at all evil. Color me surprised, friend. I never thought I'd see our straight-laced Sir Elan come to his own wedding dressed up as a Fey princeling. I'm begging you. No jokes about the horns, please. I don't want to be remembered as the cuckold bridegroom. Elan sighs, but then starts smiling again. I don't know if you've ever fallen in love, Seela, I don't remember you ever talking about it. But when it happens, you are no longer who you once were. I suppose I didn't expect this of myself either. But Kiana was so desperate to have an unusual wedding. I thought to myself, if unusual is the goal, then I should do something I'd never done before. Nothing wrong with that, man. Sometimes you just have to try something new. Of course, things are worth trying once. Especially on a day like today. And now, if you please, I'd like to return to my role. Please continue enjoying the festivities. Will do. Though I don't think you actually gave me any prize for my harrowing adventure in the corridor of infinite color sprays. Yeah, we don't have any new items. Maybe you gave us gold. Nope, nothing. Though we did get 1600 XP, so, I mean, I'm certainly not complaining. I can't even tell if I look dashing or ridiculous. You would be surprised at how often those two things overlap. Alright, I think we're done. Let's go pass some time with Arsino. Until Elan and Kiana are ready to ring each other up. Arsino lowers her head graciously. Knight Commander, how can I help? Don't mind me. Just thought I'd keep you company until this thing's ready to get started. Are you sure? I'm a boring companion, and there are plenty of entertaining activities around. Yeah, I've already done all 2 of them, thanks. Very well. Your company is most welcome, Knight Commander. If I might have your attention, everyone. Before we get to the important part of the ceremony, I want you to welcome 2 very dear guests. This is the commander of the 5th Crusade, thanks to whose efforts the Sword of Valor flies proudly over Dresden. And Sela, Paladin of Iomedae, the commander's companion and someone I have the honor of calling a friend. Sela, would you like to say a few words?
Hello, everyone. Hey, I need some advice. What should I say? Giving speeches really isn't my thing.
Sela glances at you, whispering for help. Don't sweat it, Sela. He wouldn't ask you to speak if he was worried about what you might say. Just go with the flow. Don't get caught up in your head, crack a joke, say whatever.
Oh, talk nonsense? I can do that. I'll do it the best way I know how. In the first hour of our acquaintance, I uttered words that made a great impression on Elan. I think it was because of these words that he realized I was the friend he had been looking for all his life. These were those very important words, and they shed light on what being a warrior of Iomedae is all about. So, here goes.
Sela opens her arms wide.
A simple warrior approaches a cave where a monster is hiding, and he sees a paladin running out of it. I didn't expect a perfect paladin to be a coward, says the warrior. The paladin turns to him and replies, I am a holy paladin, best of the best, bravest of the brave. I hold divine power in my hands, and with my sword, I wield the power to smite. I am immune to disease and fear, so if you see me running away from something, don't ask any questions. Just start running. That wasn't so hard. It turned out great, didn't it? This is what we're fighting for. Weddings, fun, and laughter.
She turns to you and winks. I mean, I've got a few other priorities too, but yeah, that's not too far off.
You know, I wanted you to come here with me so I could show you that our efforts aren't in vain. Not long ago, demons ruled over all of this area we're in, and they did all sorts of abominable things here. But now, Dresden stands as an indestructible fortress, and weddings are taking place here. It's all because of you. So, let's watch the ceremony and enjoy ourselves.
Seela smiles. Arsinoe casts a solemn look over the gathered crowd. Her eyes are glistening, either from emotions or the vampire wine. Welcome, honored guests, to the wedding of Elan and Kiana. Today, I am delighted to play my part in the beginning of something so special. The beginning of a new, happy family. When something as strong as your love for one another is born from the chaos of life, all the gods of order triumph. Seela is smiling, but her expression is tense as she observes the proceedings. Before we begin the most important part of the ceremony, I ask all the guests to put something in this cup that they think will serve the newlyweds well in their new chapter. Ah, I've heard about this custom. It's called the Cup of Wishes. People put nice little things symbolizing wishes. For example, a coin for wealth, a toy for the birth of a child, and so on. I'll put in a coin. Congrats, Elan. Enjoy it while it lasts. You never know what might happen out here in the Worldwound. The guests put their gifts into the cup, one by one. A luxurious shimmering tiara, a flashy ring. Kiana's friend even takes the bejeweled collar from around her dog's neck and puts it into the cup. Ah, friends, but these gifts are too expensive. The keeper of the macabre menagerie smiles to Kiana, showing her fake fangs. Don't even think about refusing. They come with the best of wishes. Each piece of jewelry was innocuous enough on its own. But now that they have all been gathered together, your suspicions have been raised. Their magical auras are too strong and varied to belong to mundane trinkets, possessing only enough magic to adjust their size to the wearer. Seela, something's wrong. Are you feeling this? I had this feeling that something was wrong. It's the jewelry, right? They were all made by Master Sunhammer, weren't they? And he also made the ring that... The gifts have been given. Let us praise the gods. In the name of Abadar, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may exchange rings and join your lips in a kiss. Elan, Kiana, stop! It's dangerous! You ruined everything, mortal! Oh, my. Oh, my. And we are fighting. Okay. Wow, really, man? Right for Ember? Honestly, this looks pretty tame compared to what we're used to. I like that Helpful and Risk got their own seats. Gibberleth out.
Cover me, all right?
Oh, nice. Careful there, Elan. Let's knock out the demons by the stage. Nice. Alright, that's enough of that, I think.
Prepare yourself.
Sheer ineptitude. Right, and we can't target it because it's about to pull a Phoenix. Gotcha. Shadow Demon's out. Just waiting on the shear. Right. Thought I might be able to punch through the invulnerability with Ascendant Element. But no such luck. We'll wait. Hey, welcome back.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
And farewell again. Arsino leans over Curl's body, whispering the words of some prayer or spell. Then she looks up. Her eyes are full of terror. Commander, I must inform you. We've fallen victim to a demonic plot. But I don't understand. How? Why? Priestess, you need to focus. Do you know what happened here or not? Yes, I think so. You all know what possession is, yes? Where a demon can take over the body of a mortal? Well, there is a more cunning version of this process. When the demon possesses the body, the poor victim's soul is transferred into a special vessel. A vessel for souls. The item most commonly used for this purpose is a gemstone. And we had no shortage of gemstones here, did we? Courtesy of Derek Sunhammer. It has to be him, right? That I do not know. Well, I do. I can smell it. All this shit came right from the same sewer. Did you say possession? So Curl was possessed by a demon that day back at the Houndheart's camp. This young boy's body is alive, but his soul is gone. Arsino moves her hand from pointing at Curl to gesture to the other people lying motionless around her. As are the souls of the other guests, even the poor dogs. Their bodies have been possessed by demons for some time already, and their souls have been transferred into the jewelry. The demon behind this plot stole the cup, taking all the souls with him. Until the jewelry is found and destroyed, we have no hope of saving these poor people. Elan and Kiana are clutching at each other's hands. The young woman speaks first. We can't leave it like this. Our friends need our help. I wish I knew if this tragedy could have been prevented. You can't beat yourself up over this, Elan. These things happen. You can't predict everything. You've got to roll with the punches. Bide your time, wait till you get a chance to punch back. How can I not blame myself when all this crap is happening around us? And even with her new divine power, Seela the Dimwit can't do anything about it. What can we do, Commander? If demons have kidnapped the souls trapped in the jewelry, we must stop them. I know what we have to do. We need to get back to Dresden now. The first ring that possessed Curl, and the second ring I was stupid enough to give you, they both came from the same place. The shop's owned by Derek Sunhammer. We have to get back to Dresden and pay a visit to the Master Jeweler. Elan, you with us? No, we'll stay here and make sure the bodies whose souls were stolen are returned safely to Dresden. We can't leave them unprotected. If we find the lost souls, we'll be able to bring all the demon's victims back to life. He turns to Kiana. This will be a strange and sorrowful start to our married life, but we must. I married a crusader, not a city baker. We were never going to have a peaceful life. But we'll get through this. Together. A painful feeling of emptiness overwhelms you when you look into the victim's face. It seems utterly lifeless, despite the discernible breathing. Ah, poor mistress of the menagerie. Hey, built of physical form. I think we can actually use that. Yeah, look at that. Double upgrade for Waldif. Now let's see if we can find someone to slap that hand-me-down on. You know, I guess Darren really doesn't need the strength boost anymore. I only had that on him for the extra encumbrance. But now he's got those boots that make him immune to encumbrance penalties. Which leaves us with another hand-me-down. So, who does this one go to? I guess that works. Another upgrade for Risk. We've seen worse, but it's still so sad. People often say an unexpected guest is as welcome as a demon. Well, the unexpected guests at my wedding turned out to be actual demons. We must do something. Man, this is a bummer. Pretty much every character we talk to here, aside from Elan and Kiana, are now in comas. Even the Beast, who is never really specified as wearing any jewelry. Alright, folks. We're at time, so I feel like this is a good place to call it. I mean, obviously we need to head back to Dresden and tie up a few other loose ends, but I think that'll keep till next time. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, and we will pick up here next time, as we leave no stone unturned in search of our soul survivors. See you then.
I will help where I can.
Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Dragon Matrix 7, Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Drakiith, Eerie V23, EgonAlter, Emile, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you can even check out the Patreon, the PayPal, or even the Nexus GG page. Links are in the description.
I can do that. I'll do it the best way I know how.